Hi, I'm Reed Clark. Now, I spent my internship at Amazon.com, and before I get into what I did with my internship, I decided to take the VBA class, largely in part of a recommendation from a student who went before me, but also because I wanted to increase my technical capabilities, especially going into the tech industry. And so I took the class, and I had heard rave reviews about Dr. Allen, about the style that he teaches the class, and it was a lot of fun to be in the class and to learn, and I found the work challenging, and it was one of those amazing classes where you work and work and work on a project, and you feel like you're about to die and pull your hair out, and then you run the code, everything works, and it's the most amazing feeling on earth, and so I wouldn't want to deny anybody that feeling. So having really no coding experience, VBA was a lot of fun. It was a new way to learn to problem solve, to think about how to approach ambiguous tasks and have numberless ways to solve it. It really taught my brain a new way to think, and I am really grateful for that. Now going to my internship, I was at Amazon, like I said. I was in consumer electronics. And the work that I did with VBA, it was in two parts. One of them was directly related to the project I was doing. I was doing a lot of competitive analysis. And a lot of the work that I had to do was daily monitoring of competitors' pricing, inventory levels, stock rates, things like that. And if I was going to do that manually, it would have just taken way, way too much time. So the first thing I thought to do was to write a program in VBA to do web queries and to scrape all the data manually. Scrape it automatically, so I wouldn't have to do it manually. And that gave me a lot more time to play with the data and to draw inferences from it and reverse engineer a lot of their pricing models. And if I had had to do that manually, I'd never been able to do that. And so I was able to gather vast quantities of data in a very short period of time because of that, which helped me be successful. But then the big success story of my internship, at least in my peers' eyes there, was I overheard my manager talking to his manager about a lot of the time that was wasted by brand specialists in Amazon, people that were in charge of, particularly like Canon or Nikon or Fuji, monitoring competitors for non-price items. Long story short, they were spending hours a day manually looking at websites for things that competitors were offering other than just price value, accessories, and rebates, and things like that. And they said, look, we need to find a way to automate this. We've got to find a way to reduce the time we're spending doing this. And so they were making a proposal in the budget to hire a full-time software developer to come in and come up with a solution for this problem. It was going to be a six-figure engagement, multi-year contract for this guy. And I said, sitting there at my desk working on my project, and I just overheard him. I said, hey, let me take a stab at it. I've learned a little in VBA, and what you guys are talking about is very similar to some of the projects we did in class. And they said, I guess. And so I went home that night, and I wrote a bunch of web queries for them, a bunch of logic for pulling things in and organizing and processing the data. And I even went the extra mile and did a lot of UI enhancements with custom ribbon and custom buttons and tabs and things that are really, really simple with the stuff that Dr. Allen taught us, but really floor people when they see them in use. And so I came in the next morning and said, here's what I'd done, and I showed them how to use it, and they were just completely floored. They said, you did in 12-hour turnaround what we were going to pay somebody a whole year to do. And from that point on, I was referred to as super intern. And when time came for my end of internship review, the whole internship really went really well, but one of the things that they brought up that they really liked about me, and about how I earned the trust of others and went out of my way to invent and simplify and all the things that are very important at that company, they brought up this side project that I just did out of the goodness of my heart that saved them a ton of time and a ton of effort, and I owe that in large part to the things that I learned in VBA.